Greetings once again, Multiversal Soul Familia. In this session, we're going to be doing a spiritual direction spread with several different decks. But before we get started, I'm going to get up and close my door. And then we will get started with Oracle of Visions up first. Going into Oracle of Visions first, but I do need to get all of them out because we're going to be going through each one with the Palo. Except for this one, I mean. The Beyond Lemuria deck we will use as the closing messages. Oh. At the tail end, yes. So this one doesn't really need any of that type of business. So we'll set it off to the side for now. Thank you so very much in advance for your patience while I grab a different lighter. I just knew the blue would come through. Yes, okay. So, we're going to begin with Oracle of Visions, as mentioned. What's working well for the collective spiritually? All right. Set those off to the side for now. Holy Spirit, what's working well for the collective at this time, spiritually? One, please. Oh, beautiful. So, intuitively I'm getting like only holding on to what lights you up. And offers, not really offering peace of mind, but protective of that peace of mind. There's also indication of something that has been weighing on the collective's mind. That you have only really been putting out there in terms of just putting it on paper. Memories, lessons learned, and choices made. Tender moments. Making better choices. In a nutshell, making better choices. We're going to go now into the Woodland Wardens for a bit more of what has been working well for the collective spiritually. Holy Spirit, what's been working well for the collective spiritually? The fox and the ivy out again with adaptability. This is number 25, 6, 7. Number 27. Some of you could even be 27 or 32. Ingenuity, nimbleness, and adaptability will suit you well in your endeavors. They are suiting you well in your endeavors. Sometimes even occasions of like having to think fast. Flourishing in even in harsh environments. Wow. So transmuting certain elements of the environment have also been working well. All right, Holy Spirit, yet again, what's working well for the collective at this time spiritually? Oh, we're pushing cards up as well, as you can see here. We're going to grab the one that's sticking out the most. Some kind of sacred union, not necessarily of romance, but not to exclude romance either, has been working well for the collective spiritually. And thinking of sudden wealth not as like the shiny things in terms of material at all. It's more along the lines of the shiny things from within, from that inner temple. Let's take a look at number 3 for other meanings. An intimate friendship, a lover, joining of forces is the most abstract overall. So, joining forces in some kind of way that, from what I see here, may bring you your flowers, so to speak, but also promoting more growth in other ways. It seems as though both of them are glowing as well. Something significant about that bioluminescence that increases when our frequency increases. Light attracts light. And for some of you, this could actually, 1331 on the timer as I looked up, this could actually feel like some kind of BS, too good to be true, fairy tale effery. But no. Sudden wealth in terms of content of character, as well as how you know how the slot machine loops, right? Okay. What you put into that positive feedback loop. The 7 is the most positive number of all. And we have the master number 11 in our immediate orbit. So we're just going to leave that right there where it turned up in our environment. Interesting. Entering into a relationship in private, in your job, or in other social life matters as well. So, definitely a significant connection. And the beauty of it is that that positive feedback loop and that mutual mindset involving, that mutual interest and mutual mindset involving that in the importance of contributing to that positive feedback loop holds a lot of significance. Yes, like spilling our heart into this positive feedback loop. Larger than life and more than it ever anticipated, Holy Spirit just said. But not larger than life in a vain manner whatsoever. This is like an outpouring of kindness and grace, embodying that Holy Spirit within us even more immensely and intensely. Also, knowing that this connection is safe. It's safe. Secure. Co-creating an abundance of resources. But here's the thing, Holy Spirit is saying that within these connections, all parties involved are contributing to the whole. And there is no comparison. There is no competition. It's just that flow. Whatever your heart has to offer, the love, that's it. The love brings in so much value, true value. Holy Spirit just said true prosperity with these two cards. Something significant about the number 311, we're going to look it up. Also, The first mirror number that I noticed during this session was 1331. So we're just going to look at 311. Angel number. So, maintaining a positive outlook, as you pursue your soul's mission. Be optimistic about the possibilities of a better future. Just ahead of that positive feedback loop. Watching, observing, already done, already here. For some of you, it can actually also mean a connection, likely a vocation that is financial security that you don't really have to like work your fingers to the bone for. Less toil and labor. And any labor, like actual labor, regardless of the intensity of the labor, in and of itself has its own net worth. A winning approach of some kind. Holy Spirit also said, inherited gifts that also benefit others. It's also indicating that there is going to be a lot of energy. A lot of energy. High frequency, high energy, high vibrational connections. All right, now we're going to go back into the Oracle of Visions first. What's not working well for the collective at this time? What's not working well for the collective at this time? Holy Spirit, what isn't working well for the collective at this time? into for support. And also there's that number 9, completions. We are in year 9. We are in the 9th month on the Gregorian calendar as well. But yes, something about, and there's the lady in the red dress. Something about who the collective leans into, or even what, like who and what the collective leans into for support may need some adjustments. And it could just be temporary adjustments for this particular time. But it's like, let me take a closer look here. There are also exotic animals, exotic cats in the background. And 2 roses. And you know that the mascot for this channel is a lion. Some of you may feel as though you don't even really need to lean into me or the like the kind of things that I do, or others like myself. You know, you may have a change of heart in terms of whether or not you lean into that, you know. And around here we flow. We don't force. We come together organically. And sometimes part naturally. And that's perfectly fine. But who we have been leaning into to some degree, and it may not have anything to do with anyone you are connected to on a particular platform. It could be in your everyday life, out there in the matrixy streets. Not literally, but more metaphorically. Number 9. Let's take a look at what more the book has to say. But that's my intuition. Whoa, what's coming through, Holy Spirit? Bearing the weight of others as well. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Also, raising others up so that they could be the focus of the attention is also significant. So, have you been spending at least as much time raising yourself up as you have with others 3:11 on the timer. Let's take another look at that number a little bit further this time. Let's see. We're just going to go right on to astrology.com. So what I'm gathering from just a quick glance is giving your energy away to those who do not have the same vision as you do. It's like there are similarities in each of these images, each of these portraits and portrayals here, but there are also significant differences. In terms of their vision. In some ways they align, which at any time when, these portrayals may come together, as separation is an illusion, nevertheless, the harmony would still be there. But people, places, things, situations not sharing the same vision as you. And it doesn't mean that they mean any harm by that at all. It's a natural parting that needs to occur. A completion with that number 9. Interesting. 9 minus 2, because there's 2 1s here, equals 7. Nine, 1, 7. There's some significance. We are assigning significance to 917, as this is this is intense. The richness of the connection coming in. Powerful connection. Holy and divine. While your efforts and gestures have been noble, there are times when you come out of the shadow and take credit for your contributions. My shadow. Yeah. It's time to no longer allow others to take advantage of your generosity, for one. Also, protecting your privacy is extremely significant. Also, something along the lines of like making anonymous contributions from time to time. Contributions without the clout, Holy Spirit just said. Yes, contributions without the clout. Let's go into the Woodland Wardens for a bit more of what hasn't been working for the collective spiritually. Here we go. Holy Spirit, what hasn't been working for the collective? Thank you. Communication came out in the reverse. The rooster and the sunflower with communication. Wow. I had a similar encounter with this yesterday, interestingly enough. That energy could still be lingering a bit. But something involving communication hasn't been working very well for us lately. This is 47. Some kind of miscommunication occurred. And to bring this miscommunication back into balance, we can clarify our intentions, seek more understanding, and even if needed, ask for forgiveness. But remain protective of our territory and remain confident. We have been honest, capable, and good communicators for the most part, but there has been some miscommunication. And it could very well be weighing a bit heavy on your heart and soul at this time. Now let's go back into the Kipper. Holy Spirit. What else hasn't been working well for the collective? It's bad health and upside down. Something about how we shine light on situations that could use a little tweaking and fine tuning. Also, in our immediate environment, we have courtship in the reverse as well. So this could be any kind of like connection, friendship, romantic, vocational. With despair right behind it, but it's also in the reverse. So there's no need to really take a look at that, because I mean the despair of some kind is obvious anytime that a significant connection has been turned on its head. Like, departing and parting ways is never easy on anyone involved. I mean, unless you come across that occasional matrixy employer who vainly and snarkily takes pride in terminating you or something like that. Like, that's different. Let's take a closer look at number 31. Depression. Disclaimer alert. Disclaimer alert. Not a doctor, it's not a diagnosis, not a prescription, not a prognosis. I am simply the messenger, and it is one of the many meanings assigned to this card. Also, addiction, whether it's you or someone else. I'm not here to judge. But with all of the more favorable cards around it, it's going to be short-lived. Depression over this connection. That is about to become short-lived. Also, something that the collective is being guided to put to rest. Whether it involves any kind of relationship whatsoever. Something that it's that time, it has to be laid to rest. I just saw 4404 on the timer with a 4 right in front of me. Let's take a look at that number. And remember, 917 just became like a very special angel number. Especially in terms of being fair, being fair to yourself by not holding grudges with others. So that was 444 0, 4. Oh, crap. Did I really? Good grief. Circle the block and try again. Alright. Confusion, misunderstandings between two that have been arising. Shortcomings. Quarrels with the 4404 number that have occurred. So we chose the wrong teachers. We chose ego instead of Holy Spirit. But the beauty of that is, in the awareness of it, we can now choose differently. We can choose Holy Spirit. We can choose love and turn that despair on its head that's in our immediate environment. All right, now let's go back into Oracle of Visions yet again for what the heck? Somehow the mature man ended up inside the Oracle of Visions deck. I'm not positive, but I could have pulled him out upside down. So, a mature man in a temporary connection and despair. Holy Spirit, a new aspect for the collective to learn about. A new aspect for the collective to learn about. Especially involving this mature man. For some of the collective, this could be you. For others, this could be another mature man, someone with that energy, on their way out. That's what's in the environment as Holy Spirit led to that. This is all about going where we are celebrated. And that number 2, Sacred Unions, the first card that came out. Some of you could have been naturally gravitating towards this union, like migrating towards this union. Going where you would be more appreciated and celebrated and not just tolerated. And with that 4404 number even occasionally being hated on. Let me look. Those are Canada geese. Going towards your true north is already in the environment. Possibly since the age of 15. A sacred connection with the number 2. Appreciation, celebration. Appreciation and celebration. To demonstrate to some degree our allegiance to these sacred connections. Let's go back into the Woodwind Wardens now. More new aspects for the collective to learn. Please, Holy Spirit. They already pushed a card up, so we're just going to grab on. We're going to grab that one and push through this a little bit more quickly. More preparation. More modalities of preparation. More modalities of preparation. What the heck? Time to light the Palo again. Don't forget to provide for yourself. There's more confirmation of like what hasn't been working well for us is putting more energy into others than ourselves. And now with with a new aspect for us to learn is, while fun and games are necessary parts of life, don't become so distracted that you forget to provide for yourself. Careful preparation yields riches. Careful preparation yields riches. All right, what more in terms of new aspects, Holy Spirit, for the collective to learn about? Changes, and number 9 out again from a different deck. Adapting to change, Holy Spirit just said. The changes are already afoot. Now we put more into preparing and adapting for and to these changes. Opened right up to it. It's time to go. Moving along and no looking back. Time for change. Change in locations, social situations, and career moves. Relationships with others as well as outlooks. Changing. Taking some parts with you, but the space and circumstances require to be left. Some is required to be left behind, both physically and emotionally. So, more shedding. It's time to go. It's time to go. One more pass. This time we're going to be going into the immediate environment of each deck, starting with Oracle of Visions, and then Woodland Wardens, and the Kipper. And then we're going to close with Beyond Lemuria with final messages from our higher selves. All right. So, a new practice to try. We have number 43 and mirror affirmations. Holy Spirit just said mirror affirmations, like being kind to yourself in the mirror. No joke. It's not even a joke. Mirror affirmations. Stripping away of the ego as well. Releasing those who reassure themselves with false truths. Also, a new practice. We have the modesty and fortitude as well as with this card, with the expectation, this is all about patience. Patience and fortitude. And when we do start putting more of that energy back into ourselves, we demonstrate, we embody that fortitude. With the horse and the bluebell. The horse and the bluebell. Come on. Alright, almost there. The time to shine will present itself. Focus on your process. The blue bells represent modesty. The horse being the proud and muscular, the fortitude. The ability to bear great loads and travel long distances, known for its superior strength and stamina, taken together reminding us that the greatest feats are the result of much humble practice. Pushing through the adversity with patience and fortitude. Yep, pushing through that adversity with patience and fortitude. Beautiful. All right, let's draw this to a close now with some final messages for this session from our higher selves. Beyond Lemuria, Holy Spirit, final messages for the collective through you and our higher selves. Okay, that's a full pass, and we have 2 cards out. Manifestia and Awakened Awareness. So, we'll begin with awakened awareness. There are many levels of awakening. Keep learning and putting yourself into situations where you can grow. Stay aligned with your inner guidance and do what you love to keep your vibe high. Seek not instant pleasure, but substantial and sustainable joy. Eat healthily, keep your body active, and have life goals, but with enough space to hear the answers to your prayers. There's that patience with that expectation card as well. Finding your unique way to connect to the divine inside you, not as an external seeking, but as a receptive allowing. Be inspired to see the question at hand with a different perspective. Look between the lines for a deeper interpretation. And Manifestia. You can decide how you want to live. The universe fully supports your choice to step into the optimal version of yourself. Dream big, then dream bigger. That number 917 is also about dreaming big and stepping into that vision as a visionary. Now is a great time to start the projects you have been considering. Also, all it takes is some pollination. Be creative with your visioning. Sow the seeds of the reality you want to experience through affirmative thinking and higher intention. Then anchor or ground your dream seeds. Manifest from the heart. Overcome fear. Take strong positive action and let go of the outcome. Know and trust your dreams are already on their way and expect to see results. That is the message. I want to thank you so very much, Multiversal Soul Familia, for tuning in with much, much gratitude and appreciation from my heart chakra to yours. Brightest of blessings.